next. You have seen him in so many things. He is one of the most versatile actors, really, of our time. We will talk about his new Broadway, off-Broadway thriller. It is called Dust. But first, John McLaughlin with a preview of tomorrow's McLaughlin Group.
You should take a few deep breaths, relax. You seem awfully uptight. Your job's history.
If I lose this job, he doesn't in there.
Are you threatening me?
I think he's done this before.
Can't
tell, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one of those guys that we've seen forever. He actually just read our script, which was pretty lame, wasn't it? Richard Masur has been around. He's done so many things. I think that the thing that we talked about, he's done, what, 80 movies, dozens of TV roles. But I always remember him with Bonnie Franklin.
Oh, One Day at a Time.
One Day at a Time. He was the boyfriend of.
He also had Rhoda, he had Picket Fences, and more. We could go on and on and on, couldn't we?
Yes,
now in an off-Broadway thriller called Dust. Good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in this morning.
You bet. Good to be here. It's early, but good to be here.
When you look back on your career, you've done so many things. You've been blessed, and to work with some of the people that you have worked with. When you look back, do you ever just take a step back and go, "Wow, that's quite an impressive resume"?
I'm glad you used the word blessed, because that's always the way I felt. A lot of us in this business lose track of how lucky we are when things are going well. I mean, that's all of us, including you guys,
Truly.
because there's just a handful of us that really get a chance to do a broad range of things and to do it over a period of time. I've been doing this work professionally for over 35 years now, and there aren't a handful of people who can say that, So, yes, I do feel very blessed. I've had a chance to work with a lot of wonderful people, do lots of really interesting projects. I was talking the other day with somebody about some of the TV movies that I got to do, which were not only groundbreaking, but changed people's lives. Things like, I did a film called Fallen Angel about pedophilia. No, about pedophilia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, and that was, the other one was called When the Bow Breaks with Ted Danson.
That was great.
And some of these films really changed people's lives. They started conversations about kind of hidden subjects, and it happens still on television, it happens still in film, but I was just very, very lucky to be there at a certain period of time in the 70s and 80s when this stuff was going on quite frequently.
Very thought-provoking work. Tell us about what you're doing now, because this is a real power play between an executive and a con as well. So tell us about this.
Well, what's great about this is it's a thriller at its base, and I think based on the audience's response, it's working very well as a thriller. But it's also it's a bigger story than that. It's about two men who, because neither of them is capable of changing what they're doing and how they're reacting, kind of inexorably get drawn into a tragic situation. And there are many points along the way, if one of them were able to disengage or to change the response that he has, everything would stop and it would end. But neither of them is capable of it. And for me, first of all, that's positively Greek in scale,
right.
But also it's very much a reflection of what happens in all kinds of human relations, including relations between countries. We see this all the time, where a little push here, a little push there, escalates, and nobody's capable of backing down. And that's very much what this piece is about. And I think it's very arresting because of that, because we recognize our own lives in these two men, I hope.
We've watched a lot of people who haven't been able to check the egos.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it.
Yes, well, it's absolutely it. It's checking the egos, but also checking the assumptions about what you're due, what you have coming to you.
Right. Well, I had one last question. When you look back at some of the things that you've done and some of the people you work with, what's your favorite role, do you think?
Oh boy,
is that difficult?
Question. Well, it's just I'm going to insult somebody if I don't say that particular thing. Actually, the favorite thing I've ever done was a film called Who'll Stop the Rain with Nick Nolte. It was in the late 70s. And I just love the character and I love the movie. But I've been in many, many films that I've been very proud to be in, where I've really enjoyed the work and really liked the character. I mean, Risky Business is one.
That was awesome.
When the Bow Breaks is another. I got to play this gay detective, LA detective, and work with Ted Danson, who became a friend as a result, and is one of the most talented and thoughtful people working in television.
Excellent. Pleasure talking to you.
Thanks.
Good luck with
Good
the
to
play.
see you. Thank
Okay,
you so
come
much.
see it.
Yeah.
Harvard could use a guy like Joel. One of the great lines he ever read. I love that line.
Dust is in previews at the West Side Theater. That's 43rd. Opening night is December 4th. For more information, you can head over to our website, WCBS-TV.com.